Welcome back to the Listen Up podcast, where we analyze a new album each week. I'm Jamie, and this week we've got me, Nick.
What up?
Jordan. And our second guest, a good friend of ours named David.
Hello, everyone.
Let's get a round of applause.
Yes. Yeah. Yay.
Nice.
What is that was never mind.
This week we're going to be taking a look at Living Room by Lawrence, released in 2018, and it was picked by David. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
So what made you want to do this one as your first album, David?
I kind of just wanted to throw a wrench into your music album choices, and
Gotcha.
I listened to the last podcast where you guys did. Was it LSD?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I listened to it. I listened to the album, and I was, it. I don't know. It was really like computer sounding because was it Diplo?
Right, it was Diplo, yeah, doing the
Yeah.
major productions.
And I was like, there's a lot of computer sounds like generated into this album. Let's pick an album where it's instruments, horns, and
Definitely
traditional instruments.
Different landscape of music.
For sure. So yeah, I picked it, and I mean, it's also like, these guys are very much a college band. Like if you go to a college party or this and that, around here, around in Greensboro, it's a lot of jazz. It's a lot of horns, strings. Yeah. It's really my background right now in my life. So.
Yeah, I hadn't. They were one of the bands that like I'd heard like Lawrence and like I'd heard talk of like the band Lawrence and stuff like that, but I'd never actually like sat down and checked them out. So I was actually pretty excited when you said that this was going to be your choice, and I was like, now I have to listen to them.
Yeah, and
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I really enjoy them. I thought you would really like them. Nick, I was kind of on the fence if you would like them. And Jordan, I really don't know how you feel about them. Yeah. Okay. But also I was thinking about it earlier, and I was like, I really want to expand Jordan's music taste. I know me and Jamie listen to like everything. Nick, I feel like you venture into different sounds. Mm-hmm. Jordan, I feel like you just stay in that little trap corner,
I do, bro. I do. Okay.
So,
but yeah. I'm trying. I'm trying to be better. I'm making. For sure.
I think it might be subconscious of you, Jordan, but I think your ears have opened up at least a little bit, because it seems like albums that we've picked later, like me and Jamie. Yeah. If we would have picked them earlier, I feel like you would have rated them less. But I feel like you're just enjoying more stuff than you used to. Which honestly, I think interesting to see. I think I am. We need to get Jamie to dig into the data, since he likes to say he's a fiend for
the data master over here. Mm-hmm. And one last thing, like I feel like this is a perfect fall album. Just in the sense of like most people think it's cuffing season, this and that, but like this whole album's about breakups and like the weird feelings you have, but it's explained in ways where it's really expressive, but it's really creative how they express themselves. Mm-hmm. I really enjoy this album.
Yeah, and honestly, like I didn't even have those like interpretations of the music, but what you said makes sense. Like it does feel like a fall album. I just didn't have anything really like as concrete to justify that feeling. But that was something while I was, like walking Leo and stuff outside, like in the leaves and shit. I was like, man, this album just fits right now.
Yeah. I do this weird thing where albums I listen to, I try to put into like a film. Like if I was to make a movie, how could I fit this music into like a soundtrack?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I think I wrote like 2 pages of notes for this album,
Nice.
and like I've included little areas that if I made a movie where I would put this song, you know.
Right.
David,
So,
I do
yes.
the exact same thing, but it's more like music videos in my head or like certain situations that like this music would be playing around. I don't know. Like I've seen some like every once in a while I'll see a meme that's like, does anybody else just like create a weird scenario in your head for like each different song? Like, because that's something that's like, I feel like it's not explored enough. Like what you think about while listening to music, because there is no visual component of it usually. Like
Mhm.
obviously there's like music
Right.
videos, but like there's no, like, what do people think about? And obviously like that's one reason why I tell people I can't listen to music and do homework at the same time, or like listen to music and play video games at the same time, because I'm literally thinking about like there's something like it's taking away from it, it's a distraction because of how much I like think while I'm listening to music, which is
Right.
I've actually, I don't think I've ever like said that. I don't think I've ever told you that, Nick and Jamie. It's just something kind of like that I do, and I don't know if you guys do it at all, but
I feel like
I do.
I'm sorry, Dick. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I do it a little bit, like
Yeah.
not a whole lot. It's not every time I listen to music, but sometimes I definitely sympathize with you when you were saying it's hard for you to listen to music and do homework at the same time, because sometimes I just get too wrapped up in the music, or like
yeah,
instead of thinking about, oh, like what math should I be doing right now? How should I figure this out?
yeah. If it's like on maybe like a low volume, I can do it. But also my music's like, I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker. I'm gonna be a
Yeah.
I'm like,
Like,
oh.
let me beat your brains in with my shoe. Right? Yeah, I know.
Okay, so the one I remember, the very first time I remember doing this was for the song Viva La Vida in like 7th grade.
Dude,
Okay.
what a jam.
Dude, I just remember like, dude, I'm pretty sure I accidentally listened to like the Cap Sparkles version first, and then I found Viva La Vida.
Bro.
I'm sorry, the who?
Do you know who Cap Sparkles is?
No, and I don't want
The
to.
the Minecraft
Yeah,
songs.
the Minecraft parody version.
Yeah,
of Viva La Vida.
I'm out of that.
No, it's okay, it's okay. But I remember listening to Viva La Vida, and it was like, the thing was, there was like people like taking over the school, and I was like the hero. So like, as like the story was like, as the song was like at the beginning, like they were like taking it over, and then like once the chorus started like going higher and stuff, and like I would like swoop in and like save the day. Yeah.
Look at you go.
It's so weird. But I just had
But no, I get it, and
Super
I
cool.
do that as well. I mean, I don't think I do like music videos. Mine are more so like full on films, where
Yeah.
like, I guess if they were music videos, they'd be like, I don't know, who did like a chronological music thing? I think Fall Out Boy did it once for one of their albums.
Kanye
They made
did
like,
it. Kanye
yeah,
did it.
Kanye did it as well.
Wait,
But
for
that's
what album?
kind of how I do.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Nick.
He has like a
you've-
movie that goes along with it,
Or
basically?
like he
No,
made
it's
a
like
whole movie.
It's
out
like
of
a
it.
30-minute like short film.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nicholas,
It's really
you're telling
good.
me you've never seen
No,
it?
I never even knew that. No,
It's so
No, I'm
good
just
though.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'll have to watch it.
You
Jamie,
never
have-
knew what? Sorry, what?
Jamie, have you ever seen the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy like music video, or like the 30-minute short film?
No, but I want to now.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
Damn, you guys.
I'm gonna check that out.
You guys are missing out.
That's
dude.
like
That thing's
where
sick.
some of the music videos come from. Here, I'm gonna throw it in the chat real quick, and you guys can watch it later. But
Yeah, it's amazing.
it's
I-
the film's called Runaway. But
Yeah.
Run away.
But,
beautiful.
From me, baby.
Last
away.
year,
sorry.
I don't know if I know Jamie. I think knows who Sturgill Simpson is.
Mhm.
I've heard
He
of
came
it.
out. Yeah, he came out with like a southern rock, like it's southern rock, but it's also kind of psychedelic. But it's not psychedelic in the sense that it's like chilled out, really. But it's a very high energy album. But he released he released like what you're talking about, like basically like a movie for the album, and just the album plays through for like 45 minutes, and it's
Yeah.
like it's an anime like post-apocalyptic samurai thing. It's really cool.
Oh, that's cool shit.
That's like how because the internet's supposed to like score a like screenplay, that
Are
they
you
were
watching-
never shot.
Or are you listening to the Dissect?
Yeah, right now.
It's so good.
It's so cool because I'm learning about all of that shit that like it occurred in my lifetime, but like I wasn't present for it in the moment. So it's cool to like, yeah, I like going back into that stuff right now.
I caught like the tail end of all that, like
Mhm.
when they started explaining everything about the because of the Internet album, and I was like,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I haven't listened to the 3 newest episodes, I think, but I need to catch up on it because I really like the
Very
beginning of it.
3005 completely changed my perspective on what the song was about.
Yeah.
But I guess getting back more specifically to the album at hand. So had Nick and Jordan, had either of you heard of Lawrence like before?
No, I'm pretty sure I misspelled his name trying to look it up, or their names looking it up at first. I was like,
No,
"Where's that?"
I think this is the first band that we've done on here that I had like no idea like anything about them, and then I looked
Damn,
them
really?
up, and I still didn't know any of their songs, and I was like,
Damn. Okay.
this is
Maybe
weird.
the only reason maybe it's just from
I-
David's tweets
yeah.
before. But I swear, like, this is one of the bands who've like I've been on the fringes of like
Oh yeah,
experiencing, but I hadn't actually like crossed that threshold to like actually know anything by them
Right.
until so a bit of a
Until
I
David
guess
made
it's
you
a-
listen to it.
Yeah.
well, okay, so David texted me like whatever day last week. I don't remember which one it was, but it was some day last week. He texted me. He was like, "Okay, this is the album I want to do," and I texted y'all. And then like literally the next day, I was listening to a podcast, and they had a sponsor. I think their sponsor was like the Ray J headphones. What are they?
the
like,
Raycons.
Raycon.
Yeah, Raycons.
Raycon. Yeah.
and
yeah,
so like every other month they do an extended ad read for them where they just basically tell each other like it's 2 guys and they just tell each other like recommendations of like songs, and one of the songs they did was the Heartburn song off of this album.
yeah. Oh my god.
So I went from never experiencing it to David telling me he wanted to do it, and then literally the next day a random ad read, the guy was like, "Yeah, I don't know this band, but I heard this song on like my Discover Weekly or whatever." And I was like,
And-
"What are the odds?"
And honestly, that's how I found this band. I was
It's so-
listening to my Discover Weekly.
Yeah.
And it's not a song on this album. It's
Mhm.
what's it called? Like, Do You Want to Do Nothing With Me?
Mhm.
It came on, and I was just like, holy shit! I think I was walking on campus or something,
Yeah.
and it came on, and I was like, who is this? I really thought it was like John Mayer, like featuring in a song or something.
I get.
Mm.
But
I
You know,
I
I don't
totally
know.
got that vibe, the John
Yeah.
Mayer vibes.
yeah, and like I was really interested after that, and I did
Yeah.
a deep dive on him and everything.
Mhm.
It was, I mean,
Um,
super happy.
yeah. I mean, I was like, I figured that I would enjoy it somewhat, just because typically we like align with music we like, David. But
Yeah, for
I,
sure.
I enjoyed this album.
Yeah.
Definitely. After going in like completely blind, I was like, I can't believe I haven't listened to their stuff more.
And let me say one more thing before we get into the album.
Mhm.
I was listening to last week's podcast, and you were like, we're gonna have David on, and we're gonna listen to "Living Room" by Lawrence, and then it was like a giant pause, and in my heart I was like, oh fuck, these guys they're not ready. So I was like, oh shit. But yeah, I'm really excited to just talk about the album.
Yeah. Nick, or I guess Nick and Jordan, what were y'all's general reactions?
Oh, hated it.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
Well, I'll see you guys later.
No.
And that's the episode.
Yeah,
Dude,
roll credits.
I actually really enjoyed this album. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh
Nice.
wow, okay.
It was very like, and if I like say some words here, maybe like it's not exactly like this type, but like it was like funky. It sounded
Mm-hmm.
a couple parts sounded like a little like gospel-y too, with like like the whole like chorus and stuff, and I like that a lot. And it's just like the beats were like just they kept like I can't remember which song it was right now that it was a little bit slower, but most of them were like very upbeat and like
Yeah.
I was just like vibing to it. I was like, yeah, this is good, man. Like I don't know,
Nice.
I liked it a lot.
Nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I put in my notes that Have we all seen La La Land? I think I know Jamie
Yes.
and Jordan.
Yes, I absolutely love La La Land.
Okay,
Nick,
yeah, me too.
You brought
But,
it up a podcast, and I was like, La La Land is so fucking good.
Yeah.
But I said I felt like they sound like the band that like Ryan Gosling joins, like with John Legend. I said I felt like they had a similar vibe to that band, but I enjoyed it too. Yeah,
Nice.
they're like Jordan was saying, kind of like a soul, like funky sound, soul pop influence, and I always gravitate towards that stuff as Jamie and you both know, because we went to a concert last year together. Was that last year?
Yeah.
No, it was 2 years
We
ago.
did. That was 20.
Wow.
Yeah, 18.
2018,
Yeah.
yeah. Where we touched, what's his name's head?
Paul.
Yeah,
Paul Janeway. What a guy.
God, what a concert, too.
It was really good.
It was
So
a
good.
spiritual experience.
I think we all cried. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was. It was beautiful.
The tears blended with the rain.
Yeah.
So I guess whenever we did this with Jesse, like with 4 people, it shook up the I guess order a little bit. So I guess we can just start off with like general like favorite tracks. I think that's what we did last time, and it actually worked pretty well. For me, I think my favorites were "Friend or Enemy." I really, really liked the Heartburn song a lot.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I liked what was I think "And Many More." Was that the
That's
one?
the
Or maybe it was
that's
just
the
more.
last one. Where it
I
just,
can't
like,
remember
sets
which
off.
one, but I liked
Mhm.
I mean, I like most of the songs, but
Right.
those were my like highlights as far as tracks go.
Mhm. Everyone else?
I liked the intro song more. I liked "Whoever You Are,"
Sorry.
bruh. I liked "I'm Probably Up." That's probably my favorite song on the album.
Gotcha.
Mhm. Very good
and
song.
"Too Easy" was good, and I liked both of the. Well, one, "Try," "Reprise," and I like "Try" too, but I generally like reprises of songs because they feel more intimate, I guess. And the last song on there, it's called "And Many More." It's not technically a reprise, but I felt like it kind of had the spirit of a reprise, like in reference to the first song. So I liked it a lot too. But yeah, I like the reference to SNL and Conan. And
Yeah, it's a really good
Friend or-
reference.
No, those in "I'm Probably Up." Yeah,
Yeah.
talking about insomnia and staying up late and stuff.
Yeah, because the story behind that song is like they both rather stay up really late than like wake up early in the morning.
Mhm.
And most of their music is done like late at night.
Mhm.
So I think the guy Clyde, I think he actually has or like had insomnia for a while.
Yeah.
And people thought he was like insane.
Yeah, I went to bed at like 6 a.m. last night, so I can feel.
Yeah, you can relate.
Yeah, I can. I actually ran out of melatonin last night and had caffeine at like 12, so it was not a good
Damn.
combination.
That was it was a double whammy.
But
Yeah.
I really liked Try. I think I liked Try more than the Reprise. I like Probably Up a lot too. And I think, honestly, I like my favorite track might be more the intro, just
Mhm.
because a lot of times first impressions have like a really big impact, and I really wasn't knowing what to expect. And
Mhm.
so I think I like that song because I was like, oh, what is this album going to be? I always just think it's going to, I don't know why I have such a bad, I'm like, wow, this album's probably going to be not that good. Then
Right.
You
Well, I mean-
constantly, that's me.
It's kind of easy to when like a guest is coming on and the band's name is Lawrence.
No, I'm gonna be honest. If Jamie recommended this, I'd probably be like, "Wow, this is gonna be bad too." It's again, David. It's more like it just doesn't fit into like the music I usually listen to.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm like, "Oh, I probably," even though like sometimes I don't give myself credit enough for liking other kinds of music. Now that I've just listened to rap so much, even though I still
Right.
enjoy like a lot of other kind of music except country.
Yeah.
But no, I really like the trumpets and Try too. I'm a big trumpet guy, so.
Yeah, I'm a huge horn fanatic.
Dude,
I played
horn.
trumpet in high school and
Dude.
French horn, so it's like
Dude, the horns
You
make
didn't play
songs.
trumpet in
I'm not gonna
high
lie.
school, David.
what?
You played mellophone in high school. You
Okay,
liar.
but I also played
Wow.
trumpet
All right, listen.
for like
Shut up.
freshman year, right?
Bro,
I don't know. I
Oh,
wasn't
wait,
there for your
wait,
freshman
you weren't
year.
there. Yeah, never mind.
What is a mellophone?
It's
like
like
a-
a marching French horn, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sounds really cool.
But you
But
don't get to shove your fist in it, so it's a little, you know.
yeah. But yeah, this whole album. I mean, if I could pick a favorite song, "Friend or Enemy's" fantastic.
Yeah,
I really love "Make a Move."
that was good.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Her,
Try is fantastic. I'm sorry, go on, Jay.
I was gonna say I really like. I think Gracie is her name, and her
Yeah.
vocals in More are like really good.
Saying that it will go away, and I should just wait another day. 'Cause I used to be so self-assured. Now I don't know what I'm searching for, but I know that when it rains it pours. I'm sure.
And that was a fear I had for this album though, was like if you guys didn't like her voice, it was gonna be really hard to listen to this album.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I've met
Yeah.
people where
It-
they're like, she's too much, you know, like her voice is really, really strong. And like it just turns them off completely.
See, I like that.
Yeah,
I
I like-
really like strong.
I
like,
really
women
love
Yeah, me
leads.
too.
Yeah,
Like
me too.
David, have you ever heard of Lake Street Dive?
Yes, love
Yeah.
they're
Band.
fantastic.
Rachel Price's voice. I love her voice too.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe it's a thing or that I'm like growing into. I
Mhm.
really like female, like, you know, where they're the lead singers of bands,
Yeah.
Mhm.
where they just have a beautiful voice, like
Yeah.
Casey Musgraves, like one of the
Heck
greatest country singers out right now.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. I'm like, I crush over her every fucking day. And then in Gracie in this album, she's amazing. I crush on her every single day as well. So like I don't know, this whole album was kind of hard for me to. It's like hard for me to get people to listen to them because I feel like they won't like her voice.
I got
I don't know why, but
I thought it was when I first heard it. It wasn't that I didn't like it, but I was just. It took me by surprise. It was really unique.
yeah,
And then, and after I listened to a couple songs, I was like, "Wow, she can really sing.
she
She's
can
like
get it.
going all over
And-
the place." Yeah.
They do a dissection of this album on YouTube. There's like an hour video
Oh, cool.
that I watched, and they like separate the songs or like the stems, I think they're called in like the music world or whatever, of these songs, and there's like little tidbits or like little sounds in the background that
Mhm.
make every song. Once you hear the dissection, it's like, holy crap, this song is so much better. Because there's a song, I think it's where they have a shaker sound in it, and they used a bowl of pretzels to record that sound throughout the whole song. And then there's another song where they went around the room and they just hit the walls to get like drum sounds,
Oh, cool.
and they recorded a whole song off of that. So it's
Wow.
like super creative how they made this album,
Yeah.
and just knowing all of that makes me appreciate this album a lot more than like, you know, no offense, Jordan, but like LSD. Last week I was like, yo, this is just a group of people sitting around the computer making sounds
Mhm.
and singing into a mic, right? I feel like the music's just going towards computers, and music is becoming a thing where you just want to hear the chorus. You don't really want to hear the story behind the song.
Mhm.
And I might be wrong. There are a bunch of artists that are doing, you know, the traditional writing of songs.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of the popular songs nowadays are just, let's hear that beat, let's hear that chorus. You know?
Yeah, I feel like those artists still exist. They're just not amplified as much as they used to be. or like
Yeah.
like maybe they'll be more revered. I was gonna say maybe they'll be more revered after our time, but I don't know, because it wasn't really like that back then. There were like huge superstars who had really had kind of intricate songs, and
Like, I feel one of the greatest albums ever is Rumors by Fleetwood Mac.
It's a good one.
yeah,
And that album, like, if you listen to the lyrics, it's like, holy crap. This album's like, I don't know. I love that album. I was gonna come into this with that album, but I was like, let me sneak in a band that most people don't listen to.
True.
So
give them the signal boost. That's what you gotta do.
gotta do.
If you really like Fleetwood Mac and you really like lead female vocalists, you might like the band Haim. Their first album that they put out got a fair amount of comparisons to Fleetwood Mac, but
Wait,
their newer stuff
Is that how do you spell that? Is it just
HAIM.
I think I've heard of. Is it? It's just one girl, isn't it?
It's three sisters.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of someone else then.
I got you.
But yeah,
But yeah,
I'll give them a listen.
I've liked them for a long time.
Yeah. So, do we want to jump into individual songs or?
Yeah, we can. I guess if you want to take the lead on that, then.
All right. So, the intro song "More," I found it like every time I listen to this album, it's just a great intro song. It's like, here's our sound, here's what you're gonna get throughout the whole album. You know, it's like I don't know what they call it in the music world, but that little like build up to the actual hit of the song is fantastic in the song "More."
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And they just open it up with like, here's our horns, like, listen to this.
When you grow up, you get way down.
Listen to this
Yeah.
album. And yeah, to me, like, the lyrics hit about like insecurity about the future, and you know that there will be more of, you know, life, more love, more friendships, this and that. I think everyone can relate to that. And just the build up again, like instruments come in at random times throughout the song to like simulate the different things that come to you every day, just random situations. But there's always that little common beat it's like your heartbeat, you know? You're always on beat, and if your heartbeat goes off beat, there's something wrong with you. But yeah, I don't know. I really like the song "More" as an intro.
I like the way you analogized all that stuff. I didn't
Oh,
really.
yeah?
I didn't like. I didn't straight up see that when I listened to the music, but it, like the way it ties in with the way the lyrics tie into the musicality of the song is
Mhm.
very interesting. The way you put it, I really like the beginning of it too. Like you were talking about I don't know if it would be a crescendo, but just the way the music comes in and like ramps up. Yeah. But yeah, definitely the lyrics kind of they help calm me a little bit about me and Jamie and Jordan are on the cusp of true adulthood here, and it's
Yeah,
I keep hearing that after your 21st birthday, like you don't really notice your birthdays until you like turn 30. So it's
Bro, I'm 23, and I always forget. I forget that I'm 23.
You're like, are
But
we
I
all
also-
still 18 or something? And it's like,
No.
oh, no.
I have like a childhood. I don't know what it is, but like I keep thinking I'm like 10 or some shit.
I know, bro.
Like I'm a child, you know?
and
And it's so weird. I'm like, dude, I pay, you know, all my bills now. I'm like, what the fuck? It's so wrong. It feels wrong.
it's probably like it was probably like 2 weeks ago, and I was like,
Yeah.
I forget why I thought about it, but it was at the beginning of October, because I was like, oh man, I was like, in 2 months I'm gonna be 22, and I feel like I haven't been 21 very long at all.
No.
This is weird.
Yeah, dude. Imagine that. Thinking you're 10. You know,
Yeah, 10.
crazy.
10's a little far back.
I don't know why it's
For-
10 though. You know,
For me, it's
like it
once I
couldn't be
grad-
normal.
Yeah, for me, it's like once I graduated high school, that's when I saw like a big separation of like, okay, now I'm doing stuff on my own, and I guess people, David, I really don't know anything about you, but people
That's
that if you go to college, it's like there's like a separation because you like grow up like pretty much in the same area. Like you might move and you might move states, but hopefully it wasn't that much, or even if it is, hopefully you had like some like all of us had like some kind of like one place that we were. So like when I went to college, I'm like, wow, I'm actually moving on from like my like just world that I lived in before. But so now that seems like that's when that like I still feel 18 almost, because I'm like, okay, time to start life now. And that's when I started like doing everything, but I still feel like I don't know. That's why I feel like I can't go back to I can't like see people from high school. I don't know. I just feel like it'd be weird. But then again, sometimes
Yeah.
I want to see them. But
No, I agree with you. Like, ever since I started college, it's just a whole different world, whole different ball game. I would say.
I know.
You know, like high school was easy. I would say that was playing a game on easy mode, right?
Yeah.
High school was easy mode, yes.
And now
It
we're
was
playing a
okay.
game
It's
where
like
it's
medium.
like some fuck shit, and you can't
Yeah.
function right. You know,
No.
your controller's broken.
Bro, it's got stick drift, bro. It's got stick drift.
Yeah,
You're
Like-
playing Ultra Nightmare mode, and
yeah, for sure.
your A button stuck down.
How do I get back to that hit scan?
Just jumping up and down.
Yeah, we need hit scan. Just give us hit scan.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, life's like it's crazy. But yeah, this is I mean more is like. Sorry, we're going back to the song. More is kind of like that heartbeat. I feel is just a proper song to be like. There's a common beat, but then there's just instruments and shit coming into the song.
Yeah.
I think it was really, really awesome from my point of view. I don't know. How do you guys feel?
No, like I said, that was one of my favorite songs on here because of just the amount, and just because I didn't know what to expect. But I agree with Nick and you in saying like it got progressively like Nick. I wanted to use the word crescendo too, but I didn't know like again I don't know terms, but it started out like not slow, but like just like chill beat, but then it just got like louder and like everything started coming together towards the end, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be a pretty good album, I think. And
Yeah. Jamie, what'd you think?
Yeah, I really liked it. It definitely was a very good like a tone setter for the rest of the album for me. Like it yeah, as far as intros goes, it's very good.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so jumping to Friend or Enemy, it's a weird transition between the two songs. I feel, just because Moore's like, here's all this shit, and then Friend or Enemy's like, oh hey, I'm singing, you know.
yeah, yeah, I can see that.
Hello again. It's been a while. Lately, I want nothing much at all to do with you. Oh, I miss when you used to smile. But there ain't no piece of cake if you will have and eat it too. Woe is me. Woe is me. Who is it you have been?
And I will say Clyde, like, his voice in this song is just beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I put mix of John Mayer and like blank because I couldn't mix it with anyone. I couldn't think of anyone at the time,
Yeah.
and I never can. But like John Mayer's voice and his voice to me kind of sound like you can kind of compare them.
Yeah. Are you gonna say they sound like similar? Like, I honestly thought John Mayer was on one of these tracks because
Right.
their voices sound so similar.
Yeah, and I've always thought that, but I don't know.
Yeah, there was
I
Um,
agree.
in that song I really like it. The second verse,
Mhm.
it's like the whole thing is like an extended wordplay.
Mhm.
I
Kind of.
love it, dude.
Yeah,
I
it's,
wrote it down right here.
I'm alone. It's fruits and veggies. Aren't you so glad that I had you to write about? Red is the rose, and white is the lily. Now I'm a melancholy flower, honey. Do you feel me now? Woe is me. Woe is me.
Yeah, so it's when I'm alone, it's fruits and veggies. Orange, you so glad that I had you to write about. Red
Yeah.
is the rose and white is the lily. I'm a melon cauliflower. Honeydew, you feel me now.
Oh man, fruit puns are the
Like-
best, dude.
Instead of melancholy flower, he's a melon cauliflower. And then instead of honeydew, you feel me now, he says honeydew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's just so
Next
funny.
level.
it's so funny. It's next level. It makes you
Bars,
think.
bro.
Bars.
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 Hard.
Bars, bro. But the thing about that also is like in one of his first songs he wrote about, well, this song's also about a heartbreak or whatever, but he wrote another song where he talks about, like, he compares love to fruits. And this is kind of like a throwback to that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really, I don't know what the song's called because I don't know. I don't even know that I've listened to it. I think I've probably listened to it like once, but I thought it was really fun to just like hear him say that because it was like, what the hell?
Because I thought it was clever, but at the same time I was like, why is he talking about fruit?
Right?
But that's cool if he
Yeah.
When
The callback.
What's the line again? He says, "When I'm alone, it's fruits and veggies," and that's
Mhm.
probably like recalling to that song. The whole verse is recalling, but yeah.
Yeah. So I wrote like I feel all the lyrics, mostly in the whole album. I feel all the lyrics are kind of easy. Like I feel like this band, honestly, and I hate to say it, is that like to me they're like a Disney band.
Okay.
You know, like you could
A
flip
Disney
to like
band.
Disney Channel, and you know, like I don't know how old are you guys now? Just 2 years younger than me.
Yeah.
They used to have movies where they like, I can't think of a movie, but they would write whole like songs for the
You talking about
movies.
like
Camp Rock. Oh.
Kind of, yeah, kind of like that.
I don't
Um,
know.
I don't know. I like to think of
I-
them as like a Disney lyric
I
band
did.
because
I-
they're just fun.
Yeah, I put that. I thought they were. I felt like they were suspiciously happy in most of these.
Yeah.
songs. Like
Okay,
they're-
okay. Wow, that
I-
actually, that like that, like Disney Channel, like these people are suspiciously happy. Like I could totally see that as a good criticism.
Like a critic, yeah, a critic writes that for the album or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really mean to dig anything by that. It
No,
just-
sorry. I meant
No.
criticism more as like a neutral term. Like you're just, yeah. Wait, criticize
Like
does
a-
have like a bad connotation. I meant like an observation. Then, Nick.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I meant.
Yeah.
I got you.
And another thing that I find really cool about just Lawrence in general is their father, Mark Lawrence, is a filmmaker,
Oh.
and he did the movie Miss Congeniality.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I've
Right.
never seen that movie.
It's interesting when you find that out, and I'm like, maybe they would write songs for like the movies he was making or something like that, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
But back to Friend or Enemy, I don't know, like the instrumentation is just really fun. The jazz funk breakdown, I don't know where it's at exactly.
Yeah.
But it's after the I don't know, so I won't keep you close as you can be. They like break down and the piano's going off and Gracie's just like her ad libs. She has like in the background some beautiful ad libs.
You're my friend or enemy. And I don't know, so I will keep you close as you can be. Oh, it's me. Oh, it's me. And no amount of idioms is gonna ever set me free. Oh, it's me. And you're my friend or enemy. And I don't know, so I will keep you close as you can be.
That really shows off her range. And when they do that breakdown, they do a key change. And to me, key changes are like just like a touch from God for any
Right.
song.
Yeah.
You know, when you perfect a key change, it's amazing. So that's all I can say about Friend or Enemy.
That's facts, though.
For sure.
Let's see what else. What other song? What other songs did I write stuff down for?
The beginning of the Heartbreak song had me spazzing.
Oh, the
It's like-
Heartburn song.
Yeah, not Heartbreak. Yeah. my
Oh
bad.
yeah,
Heartbreak.
yeah. Where you're just like, it's the kind of thing where
It's gonna be alright.
I told you not to play with that fire, but you just had to give it a taste. And I'm trying to
like
be
if you're listening to it, you just kind of like your whole body tenses up, and it's like boom,
Yeah.
it releases,
Yeah.
and you make that face. You're like, oh,
Baby.
Sweet
Ooh.
mama, baby.
it's stanky.
This is definitely one of the songs I heard more of a funky beat on.
That
or like
that
a-
yeah, it's my favorite. It's definitely my favorite track because of that it's just so funky throughout like the whole thing.
Mhm.
There's so much like
Yeah,
just
that owl
those like
is
funky
fantastic.
mid-section voices. God,
Mhm.
Dude, the owl is so iconic in like the what is it, like 80s like funky era.
Yeah.
What's
It's kinda
that
thing
one?
where you're huh?
Sorry, I was thinking of a song that like also had like a ow in it. I'm trying to. It's like
there's
you
a
know that one
lot,
that's
I'm
like
sure.
play that funky music. What song is that?
Yeah, that
Does
one's
that
in
have
there.
an owl in it?
I thought maybe, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm just getting those vibes from it. But I don't know.
Not sure, but yeah, that's like a hallmark of like the like
Yeah, that time.
you know the funkadelic era.
Mhm.
Yeah, I really like the there's a section where there's like a breakdown where it's just like it's gonna be all right.
a tall glass of water, but I heard that makes it harder on the bite. You know that all the pain you're feeling, that hell of pain you're feeling, won't be gone, so you move on. Come on, fight. It's gonna be alright. 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 It's gonna be alright.
It's just the kind of thing where you listen to it and you're like, you know what?
It is.
It is gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Clark.
there's so much funk. Just that song oozes funk.
I love the song also. I mean, like I said, the whole album's about heartbreak, but this is definitely that song where you're like, you know, your friend goes through like a harsh heartbreak, but you're like, what can I do to like help? But you're also like, dude, I fucking told you. Why'd you do that? You know? So
Yeah.
you're just that friend, and you're like, you're taking like, what's the word? It's something damage, like collateral.
Collateral, yeah.
Yeah, and you're just kind of being like, you know, I fucking told you. What's up?
I warned you, bitch.
Yeah. And like the comparison to eating spicy foods,
Mhm.
you don't ever like really. I mean, I guess the song should have been called the Heartbreak Song, but I
Right.
love how they made it a heartburn song because when you eat spicy foods, heartburn's right around the corner, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah.
It bites back.
But then it's gonna be all right after, because it'll go away eventually.
hmm And the instruments in this, the whole song though is just like a rise, you know.
Yeah.
Like when you eat spicy foods, you eat it
That's
and then
true.
it takes a minute for it to hit.
The burn comes on.
Yeah. I don't know. I really love the Heartburn song. It's
Yeah, there's
fantastic.
there's like the really instrumental breakdown in that one, and that's another case where it's just like everyone's just going hard, and it's really good.
Yeah.
What else did I write down? Where's my notes?
I wrote down a lot. I just don't want to take over.
No.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Usually people who suggest the album talk
Right,
a little
they
bit
gotta-
more, just so you don't feel like that you're taking up all the time. Usually, person who talks a lot leads conversation. We sometimes feed off of that and put in our own info, just because you probably know the album way more than
let's
see.
we do. You know.
What time are we
Yeah.
at now? We're at probably like 42. Yeah, we got another good 10 minutes we can throw down on this. So you're good.
I'll say Make a Move.
Yeah.
I really love this song. It's it's all Gracie. And it's just like a classic take on the, us as men, we have to make all the moves to get the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, yes, but like it's a dumb stereotype that needs to be done with. Why can't women make the move?
Yeah. Honestly, bro.
Right?
Well,
Right?
honestly though, facts though,
Dude, I
Dude,
just
I'm-
want a woman to ask me out.
Yeah.
Dude. That's all I
Just-
want.
dude, Vic forced me to talk to her. We met
No
at
way.
work. Yeah, we met at work, and I was like super nervous, so like
Aw, nervous.
we met working at the like YMCA in Yadkinville, and it sucked. But like there was a
Shout
there's
out
a
to
steam
YMCA
room
in
and
Yadkinville.
sauna there, and one of our like checklist items to do in like downtime, which there always was to like clean the sauna, and we did that like once or twice a week, and it had already been cleaned that day, but we were like working on shift, and I was like, I'm gonna go clean the sauna, and then and so I would like find reasons to avoid having to talk because I was like, scared.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "No, you were going to talk to me." Yeah, and now,
She like held
We're
you down
engaged,
and was
so-
like, "Talk to me."
yeah. So I am a major proponent for everyone. If you feel it, make a move.
Yes, of course, man.
Yeah, and so like this song I really enjoyed, one because of like just the sheer like musicality of it, but also like that underlying like yes.
Like, yeah.
There's my favorite. I love the whole song, but
Mhm.
I didn't write down specifically what it is, but I'll find it and I'll cut it in. But where she does like a vocal run, but she goes down instead of up.
And now I'm waiting for you to. And now I'm waiting for you to. And now I'm waiting for you to. And now I'm 'cause now thinking about you, thinking about you.
Yeah.
Thinking
So killer.
It's amazing.
It's so smooth. That's kind of thing where you hear it and you're like, ooh.
You're
It's
like,
another one.
"Ooh."
It's like, oh my.
Yeah, I
Oh.
would say this whole album, there's parts in every song where you're like, ooh.
Bro, this is
You
a
know?
very stank face album. Absolutely.
For real, it is.
Absolutely.
Face.
It's a chef's kiss, like I like to
Mhm.
think of it.
Very,
Um,
very, very jazzy and funky.
I also wrote that, it's like, I mean, I guess all of us guys, we always think like damn, what if that hot girl came over here to talk to us? You know, what are we gonna say, right?
Yeah.
And like, it's just a stereotype that I've always hated. Like, why can't we all just like chat with each other?
Right.
There's also a part, well, the breakdown of the song reminds me, you know, I think of songs as a whole, and the breakdown of the song, or the whole song, I guess, is just like a girl getting impatient and wanting to talk to some guy or some person, but they're just getting really impatient. And then the breakdown hits, and it's to the point of, you know what, like, let me go and talk to this person.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I love the song. It's great.
It's a good one for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and this is the song where they went around the room and hit the walls.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Hit
Yeah.
the walls? I don't remember hearing about this.
They went
Must have
around
tuned out.
the room.
Looks
and
like you
just-
were paying attention
Yeah,
about 20
Jordan.
minutes ago.
Pay
Jordan.
attention.
Exposed
notes.
yourself.
I'm sorry. Wait, what? Did I just miss that part?
Take notes.
Yeah, don't
Fuck.
worry. When the episode comes out, you can listen to it,
Yeah, you just go back.
and
I'm
then
sorry,
this will
I'm
make
sorry.
sense. It's like
no,
a Christopher Nolan movie.
I feel
I'm
like I was
pouring-
listening pretty.
I'm pouring my heart out here
I know. I must have just
into this album.
I must have just totally missed that part. I'm sorry. I actually
pretty funny.
apologize.
And Jordan, you know earlier when you said you don't know me at all, I was like, yeah, let's go get a drink. But now, you know,
Oh, you've soured
No,
that.
God,
I'm
you've
sorry.
soured me
I'm
so hard.
sorry. I'm sorry. I promise. I promise. Okay. Anyways. Sorry.
But shout out to all the women listening right now. This is a dumb social construct.
Seriously.
Let's get rid of this. You know.
Because I'm shy and I honestly don't like asking girls out.
Yeah, I'm doing the little finger thing. You know, the two L's.
Yeah, the uwu.
Ooh,
The little.
Is that what it's called?
What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, the is for me.
The
Yeah.
like the
Oh,
simp
yeah.
hands? I think is the
The simp-
The
proper
simp.
term. The simp hands is what.
That's not called simp hands. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, they're like the simp hands.
No, they are not.
The soupy time hands.
No, that's
no,
not super.
don't like that. I really don't like that.
She's so polarizing.
Mm. I've also written down the song "Try."
Mhm.
The horns in that song are just, oh my god, they're so good. And
Yeah.
"Try," okay,
Can we just try? And I will say we didn't have to try so hard. And how can this be? We shouldn't have to try so hard.
in "Try" and in the last song. The last song I think is actually my like favorite song of this album.
Is it
But-
And Many More? Is that the last one?
No, the
Oh,
last
the
song.
last. Oh my god.
Come on, dude.
Sorry, I'm.
The one
Wow,
called
Jamie.
The Last.
Have you been listening at all to the
Yeah,
album?
bro. I'm kidding.
Anyway, the last song, I think I just love it so much because it's more blues rooted, and
Yeah.
like I love the blues.
There's nothing left to say. We need to make a change. I try to rearrange, but it just feels the same. I miss you bad, but something's wrong. It feels so good to say that this is the final song, and that is why I'll say goodbye and start anew. Yeah, this is my last song for you.
blues songs are always about heartbreak and breakups
Mhm.
and sad
Right.
times. But the last song is definitely the song where they're just like, this whole album was about breakups. We're done with the topic of breakups. This is the last song I'll write for you. And the whole build up in that song and the breakdown is, I would say, chef's kiss, angel's kiss, whoever you want to kiss. It's so good.
Someone's kissed it.
Yeah. I also wrote, this song is a lovely fuck you to your ex.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I also
That's a
wrote
good one.
one more thing. I wrote this as well. I'm going off. Too
Oh, yeah,
Easy.
keep talking.
Go off,
Too
go
Easy
off.
has one of my favorite lyrics, I think, ever. He says,
Okay.
and yet I feel I'm just an A-side for a B-side kind of girl.
Oof.
Boys, my heart
That's a-
was like,
Wait,
That's
say
a-
that. Say
That's
that.
a vinyl burn.
Say
you
that
want to
one
hear
more-
it? You want to hear it again, Jordan?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
And yet I feel I'm just the A-side or a B-side kind of girl.
Boom.
Okay, wait.
Let it-
So it's a vinyl reference?
Shh.
Yeah.
Hold on, Jordan. Hold on. Let it sizzle. Let it
Okay.
sizzle. What were you asking?
No, I get it. I get it now. I get it.
Did it sizzle?
Yeah, no, I didn't realize you were talking about. I don't own many. Actually, I just bought my first vinyl, but
Oh, what'd you buy?
it's
Was it Meet the Woo too?
Dude, no, I was thinking about buying that vinyl though. Dude, wait, how'd you know that? That's kind of crazy. But
Bro.
I mean, it probably wouldn't be
Listens
that
to the
hard
pod,
guess.
bro.
Oh, I forgot. Oh my gosh. I'm so-
David is our main listener.
Dude, I know. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting. Anyways,
The number one listener, bro.
Jordan,
Anyways,
do we have to beat your ass
Probably,
right now, bro?
Probably. Anyways, the thing that I bought was the Travis Scott Kid Cudi single called "The Scots." I think.
Oh, yeah?
I think the song was called "The Scots," right?
Yeah, it is. It's called The Scots.
It's like the one that goes like, "Hey man, the
Dun,
cops
dun.
outside,
Yeah, bro.
lock up the house."
Lock
Got,
up the
like
house,
this like
yeah.
pink color.
Oh, I've heard
it's like
part of that
baby
song.
pink. It's pretty good. It's
Yeah,
pretty
can you clip that song into this?
I have to buy that song.
good. What you have to buy that song?
Yeah, to like clip it in, I have to like get it on iTunes. So
No.
then I have it in my song library.
Okay,
If I
real
were to
quick.
clip it in.
Okay, real quick. You can just go to YouTube and then go to a YouTube.mp3 converter and convert that.
Yeah,
into-
but
That's-
one,
I
that's
think-
illegal,
I
and
think
two, the
that's
audio
illegal.
quality is dog shit compared to like.
Jordan, do we
actually buying
have
it.
do we have to beat your ass, Jordan?
Wait, that's
Can we be
illegal.
sitting down and talk about? What do you mean that's illegal? Okay, all right, that's a whole other issue.
That's
That's,
a
a whole
whole
other
other-
issue.
yeah.
We don't have time to explain copyright law.
Wait, I'll ask you about it after. I'll see you about
But
it
yes,
after.
that is illegal, and also the channels of compression on YouTube are way. Yeah, it's doable.
Okay.
Cuff 'em, boys.
We
Wait,
got 'em.
Napster's illegal?
No, I know. Anyways, I'll explain why I'm after. I know it's illegal.
Wait.
but-
Wait, Jamie, do you buy every album that we do a podcast on?
It depends on how many.
Yeah, we're
tracks
like,
we
wait,
talk about. Like
Jamie,
if we talk
what?
about 3 tracks, I just get the 3 songs. But if we talk
Okay.
about, I mean, whatever the cost benefit of that is, whenever it's enough to warrant like buying a full album, I just buy the album.
I got you.
Yeah, my iTunes library is it's kind of eclectic now.
Wait, so you have Meet the Woo 2 on your iLibrary?
No, because it didn't cut
think so.
audio in for
Didn't
that one.
think so. It's okay.
I think Mechanical Bull the first one where we started to put audio in.
Yeah.
Yes, it was, Jamie.
Yes, it was. So that was the first one I bought, and then we took a couple of weeks off because I had to figure out if YouTube would get mad at us. But then I realized that they wouldn't. So I think it continued with like Cuddy. I think was the first again.
Dude, that Cuddy podcast was sick.
Thank you.
Scotty, I've
Uh,
got some issues.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Are we gonna have to beat Jordan's ass?
Yeah, we were definitely gonna have to beat
I will
Jordan's ass.
gladly let David
I
beat my
think
ass any day of the week.
that from between like stuff I said and other stuff we touched on, I think that honestly covers like the specifics that I had written down.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone else have any final specifics before we get into the ratings?
I don't think so.
I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I mean, I have so much for every song, but like, I'm good.
What's like Okay, then hit us with like your most burning thing to say right now. What's your last one, David?
My most burning thing to say right now is I think I'm good.
You choke. Couldn't handle the pressure.
Yeah, cause you put me on the spot, dude, and I was like, "Fuck."
All right, well, I guess we'll.
Didn't have anything prepped.
All right, we can move into the ratings then. I guess Nick, you're announcing next week, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll go last. All right, so I'll start. I'm gonna go with a 7 out of 10.
Nice.
Okay.
I like it. I will listen to it more times probably. So I feel good with the 7. I guess either Jordan or David, if you want to.
David, I'll let you go since you. Oh, okay. I'll go.
Yeah. You go, Jordan. Before I beat your ass, I swear, dude.
Chill. I'm gonna give this album 7.5.
Oh!
Wow!
Wow! Oh!
Wow! That kind of made my night, dude.
Dude, it was funky, bro. It's funky. I could jam to
Jordan.
it. Like it just, I could
Jordan,
just listen.
I'm rubbing my hands now that I know you
Bro.
like this.
Oh,
bro.
I'm
Jordan,
feeling
you were
the
the one
St.
I was.
Paul in the pipeline.
Ooh, hit him with it.
David, we'll bring you back for that
I
one.
was
Well,
going to say,
you gotta-
we'll
yeah.
have to bring David back for the St.
You
Paul.
have to.
Absolutely.
We can cry.
All
man.
right, so David, what's your verdict?
Well,
on
let
this
me
one.
say this.
Okay.
Jamie, I thought you were gonna give it a 7. Jordan, I thought you were
Okay.
gonna give this like a 4, dude.
dang, a 4,
I was
bro.
like, damn, dude.
I kept going back and forth between 7 and 7.5, but I was like, you know what? David's a cool guy. I'll
David,
give him a
this is
7.5.
the highest album that Jordan has rated that he hasn't picked.
That's amazing, though.
Really?
It beat out White Bronco and Igor, which were both 7s.
And
And
look,
LSD.
actually,
yeah.
I did pick out. Wait, what did I give LSD?
You gave LSD a 7, but you chose that one.
Damn.
Oh,
You
you
picked
chose
Igor,
Igor.
too.
Yeah, my
I did
bad.
choose Igor.
My spreadsheet has a lot of columns. All right, lay off.
All right, never mind. Okay, so I could totally see giving this album a 7, but because of David's personality, I'm giving it a 7.5. Okay,
Oh wow, thanks, dude.
because I do
will
like
give this
LSD a lot. Sorry.
Thanks, dude. I'm this close, bro.
It's on site.
Even after the 7.5, he's still pissed.
On site, bro.
All right, David, what's your rating?
I will say this is one of my favorite albums, but I will give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respectable. All right, Nick, you want to round us out?
Of course, I'll give it a solid 6.5.
Okay.
I was,
Wow.
I know that's the lowest, and I
It's
did
on
enjoy
site.
it. But
And 6.5 is still a good.
No,
yeah.
it is.
grab
Yeah.
ratings.
Uh-huh.
All right, so then that brings our average to 6.25.
Fantastic.
Wait,
Can I get some shout outs in right now?
Yo,
Yeah,
shout out to
shouts
David.
out.
All
Shouts out.
Shouts out to Action Bronson, Bronsolino.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you guys talked about him a lot on this podcast. Shout out to Willie Nelson.
yes, sir.
I'm sure he's doing something, dude. And shout out to God, who's the race car driver? Tony Stewart.
Tony
Yeah.
Stark.
race car driver.
Tony
Alright.
Stark is a race car.
Shouts
driver.
out Tony Stewart. Well, he was. He retired
Yeah.
a
And-
You mean
while
Dale
ago.
Earnhardt Jr., dude?
Dale, dude. Yeah, shout out Dale, dude. You know,
Raise hail, praise Dale. You already know what it
Absolutely.
is.
Always.
never dead, just a lap ahead, baby. All right, I think that's my shout outs for this
Okay.
episode.
All right, bet.
All right. Yeah, so that puts this in 6th overall.
Not bad.
Yeah, I mean that's in upper 6 out of 20. That's some percentage.
Oh wow, okay.
And I gotta
That's
I
a-
gotta write some data analytics scripts.
That is
for
a
this, 'cause
percentage. Did you say it was 6 out of 20?
It's 6th out of 20, but like, so
And
But-
it's a little different
so-
because there's 4 ratings instead of 3. But
Jamie, are you
si-
having a stroke? What the hell's going on?
so, but I was gonna say it's 6th out of 20 overall, but also like there are 2 that are tied for first, 3 for second.
Oh, okay.
It's we did good. We liked it.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Fantastic.
my god, my brain's melting right now.
Dude.
Bro, I was on this hot dog, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Nick, do you want to let us know what I guess our little threesome we'll be listening to?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Weird way
So-
to...
I feel like every week I know what I'm going to pick until like a day or two before, and then I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. And then
Oh, so you're a bitch.
I have to like scrounge for something. And then I found something last night. It just, I was scrolling through like all my music, and I just kind of stopped on something, and I was like, hey, yeah, I'm going to do that. We're going to do Witness by Benjamin Booker.
Okay.
Because,
You say Witness?
yeah,
Witness.
Never
It's
heard
a-
of it.
it's a little bit of little gospel, little kind of bluesy. It's just kind of like some like dirty alt rock with like elements of gospel and blues and stuff in it. But I really like Benjamin Booker. He's very good.
Yeah, he was going to be a bunner this year, right?
What? I don't know.
I think he was.
I think he was
maybe.
because I was like, oh, Nick's going to be sad because we could have saw Benjamin Booker.
Yeah,
Without
I
him.
think he was going to be there.
And then Corona said, you will see no one.
No one.
He said, nah.
Until
won't
next
even see your
year,
friends.
hopefully.
Tame Impala, Glass Animal. Yeah, dude, next year. Fingers crossed.
Fingers
Corona,
crossed.
please.
We will be there.
And honestly, if they moved it to a September, I'd like that more.
I would too. Oh,
Like
yeah,
weather-wise,
so
I was actually looking forward to like doing it in September instead of the Tennessee like June heat.
yeah.
Cold beer on
But
Friday night.
I will say this: that heat was not that terrible.
No, it could have been worse. It was pretty
Yeah.
bad in the tent in the morning because it turned into a greenhouse.
Oh yeah.
But once you got out the tent, okay, so
Yeah.
that's what we're listening to next week. So then I guess we can really round it out by saying, what we've been listening to since last week. Yeah, for me it has been Peach Pit, who we've talked about before. They put out a deluxe version of their sophomore album.
Shout out to
You and
Peach
Your
Pit.
Friends. Shouts out to
Yes,
Peach
sir.
Pit. And it is a fire 3 songs that they've
It
added.
is.
And I've
Oh my
listened to
God.
Psychics in LA,
Yeah, very
I
good.
think like 20 times probably
So good.
in the last like 5 days. I just, it's so stuck in my head. But yeah, so I've been listening, honestly, just a lot of them.
What the hell was that, dude? Jordan, was that you, bro? On
nah, I
site,
think-
that was
bro.
not me.
I think it was Vic putting pasta in.
Yeah. Fuck Vic,
what
bro.
else
This is
have I
a
listened
We
to?
Hate Vic podcast, bro.
anti Jamie's fiance podcast.
Honestly, it's just been, dude, right? I'll hop on board.
What?
Okay.
She can't
yeah.
hear us, so it's okay.
It's on site.
Yeah, honestly, I think I've just been listening to them a lot,
That's fair.
and honestly, some Fleetwood Mac. They've had a
Heck, yeah.
resurgence after the skateboarding guy
Yeah,
on
yeah.
TikTok,
Dogface
and then
420.
Dogface,
so
yeah.
like anytime that either Vic and I are on TikTok and I hear it, I'm like, I should listen to some Fleetwood Mac.
What's his
Right.
name again, though?
I think it's Dogface, right?
Yo, shout out to
Something
Dogface
like-
420.
yeah, immaculate vibes.
Dude, do you see Shakira join TikTok and her only video is her doing that also, and then she also added him too. Like,
No
It's
way.
sick.
dude, I'm
It's
like,
so sick.
and then Fleetwood
Mick-
Mac also joined
Mick,
TikTok.
Mick
Yeah.
Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac. He joined TikTok and was like skateboarding, drinking cranberry
Wait,
juice.
that was a
and-
guy?
Yeah, Mick Fleetwood was, but Stevie Nicks, who sings the song, she also joined TikTok, and she wasn't
Okay.
skating, but she was like putting on rollerblades.
Okay,
So-
I saw that one. I was like, I'm pretty sure that was not the name, but I also
That was a
didn't
band
wanna-
that really went up in flames.
yeah.
Yeah.
when they
Shout out Fleetwood Mac.
Shouts out.
Shout out Fleetwood.
they need that signal
Um,
boost, bro.
Yeah. So, what are some artists y'all have been listening to?
I'll let David go first. He's a guest.
All right.
Respectful.
I've been listening to. I mean, Bad Bunny's always on on the aux, bro. Bad
You got the
Bunny.
new McDonald's collab with him yet?
No, dude, that's someone completely different. But hey, good
Wait, you
try.
say
I
Bad-
guess.
Wait,
No.
fuck! I'm so.
Oh,
I'm
it's-
so
it's-
sorry. Wait,
Is it J Balvin?
yes, it's fucking
J
J
Balvin.
Balvin. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The one time I don't listen to either of them, but the one time I went to Costa Rica one time and they loved Bad Bunny and J Balvin, and I get them mixed up because the only time I've ever talked about them has been like one. My bad.
Just right
I'm
now,
just gonna
yeah.
mute until it's my turn. I'm sorry.
Bruh, on site, I swear, dude.
I'm sorry. I am so stupid. I don't even know why I just said that.
Nah, hey, we're all about positivity, Jordan. You're not stupid.
Okay. I'm sorry. Continue.
All right, so it's been Bad Bunny. It's been I've been listening to this album a lot because I was like, dude, I gotta come ready for this. Listen to Thundercats, like his latest album.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's that album is wild, bro.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it is really good. And there was someone else I was listening to. I can't really think of who it was, but I've been all over the place with my music here recently.
You go, Nick. You
go. Bahamas that we did a podcast on. He came out with his newest album, Sad Hunk. Got the vinyl 2 days ago, I think. No, it was yesterday. Very good. Always shout out Bahamas. Recently got into Mick Jenkins, the rapper. He does rap over some. A lot of his instrumentals are kind of jazzy, and other instrumentals are just normal, I guess. But I really like his stuff. Like his past 3 albums, I listened to those this week. They're good. Reason. He's probably I think he's the newest sign on to TDE, the label that Kendrick Lamar's on. Listen to his new album. It was good. And also been listening to some His Golden Messenger. Rainbow Kitten Surprise came out with a new song. And I think Sturgill Simpson is coming out with an album Friday that covers some of his old songs. So, redoes some of his old songs with more bluegrass.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, looking forward to that. Jordan, what about you?
So I've been listening to still a lot of Pop Smoke, dude. I don't know when I'm gonna hop off the train. I've tried listening to that new guy. Do you know who Corpse is?
Uh-huh.
I know what corpses are.
Yeah, he plays Among Us, which is why he got really popular. But his voice is it's I want to say it's even deeper than it's deeper and more gravelly than Pop Smoke's. He would be he's one of those dudes who just has this unnaturally deep voice. It's natural, but it sounds so unnatural that you're this dude's definitely pitching his voice down or something. But his regular voice is just so deep. And he's I listened to a couple songs like that just because he's been getting really popular. And I don't know if you guys ever saw the trend Only Hands trending on Twitter ever.
I don't think so. I think I did, but
anyways, I hopped on there. I was looking at trending, and I was like, "What is this?" And he doesn't show his face at all. He's only showing his hands, and apparently, and I was like, I think I listened to him after that because I thought he was a streamer because I kept seeing him play Among Us with some of the people that I watch. Yeah. And then I was like, wait, this dude makes music? What? And so I checked it out after that. And it's
is
decent.
It the Corpse Husband guy?
Yeah, Corpse Husband. Do you know do you know about him a little bit or no?
No, I'm on Twitter right now.
Oh, okay, wait, yeah, it's called Corpse Husband. I think that's his username. But
so is he a Sia, a Orville Peck kind of artist?
No,
or
it's I don't even know how to explain the kind of music it is. It's very dark music. I don't know.
That makes sense. The timeline is very anime right now.
Well, no, yeah. I mean does he wear a mask or something? Is that
no. He just doesn't show his face. He shows only his hands. And he has he has jewelry.
So e-boy.
Okay, so yeah, it's kind of okay.
But his just listen to a little. I think his most recent song is E-Girls Make Me Want to Kill Myself or something.
Holy shit.
Or no, E-Girls Are Ruining My Life. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. That's a little more sane.
Yes, and actually the album cover is this girl I already followed on Twitter and TikTok. Her name's Emma. I don't know. She's
Delphine?
No, I wish. Bro. No, Emma. Bro. She's the girl with the New Jersey accent that has half white, half black hair, and her profile pic is Gengar. I don't know if you know her, but
nah, I don't know her, bro.
Anyway, sorry.
She likes Gengar. She's cool to me.
I got a collection of just e-girl trading cards that I'm
no. No way.
No,
Dude.
I'm joking. Yeah.
Ah, man.
Anyways,
I was about to
okay.
say.
So Pop Smoke, I've listened to him, and then just a little like Uzi. I've listened to Fabio Foreign a little bit more too, which is also a UK drill based rapper in New York. But and then Lady LaSure. I really like. I've been listening to her more. She's a UK artist. She's a UK rapper, and her song. She hasn't really had anything popular recently. One of her songs blew up back in like 2016 or something, and she has like her lyricism is really good, and I need to listen to her newest album, which is 12 minutes long. I guess it's more of an LP at that point.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, that's what I've been listening to.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I've been listening to. Maybe just a little bit.
Oh, okay, all right.
Just a little bit.
Dude, it's on site, bro.
Oh,
God.
shut up, bro! I hate you.
Oh my. All right. No, but honestly, guys, thank you so much for letting me be on. This has been a lot of fun.
Of course.
Just chat shit about music.
It has been a good time.
It's one of
And
my favorite pastimes.
We'll definitely bring you back, David.
Thank you. Love that.
Okay, cool. So I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up. Let me get to my little outro. All right. So then we just wanted to say thanks again for listening to this week's podcast, and remember to tune in next week where we are going to be taking a look at Witness by Benjamin Booker. Thank you, David, for coming.
Thank you,
for this
David.
hour and some
Thank
change.
you.
And just
I hope we
talking.
can see each other soon.
Yeah, we'll have you
get some
back for sure.
drinks.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see. Fingers crossed. Fingies.
Sure.
Fingers
I'll
crossed.
be in Raleigh in December.
Hey,
That's right. You said, yeah. So we'll figure out something. But yeah. So be sure to check out Witness for next week, so you can kind of have your own thoughts and kind of join in the discussion, quote unquote. Feel free to either leave a comment about your thoughts on this week's album on YouTube, or you can also tweet them at us. We're on Twitter at ListenUpPod, and that account, as well as our personal handles, including David's, will be in the description of wherever you found this episode. But yeah, for now, we'll catch you next week, and remember to listen up.